So last night I wiped all the walls off because the dealer had sprayed it off all with Armor Roll and nothing was sticking. So I scrubbed those down last night. Then I put up some Dynamat like material. It's actually lizard skin. Did most of it on the ceiling just because the walls were already sprayed with Rhino Liner, so that's already helping quite a bit, but I still wanted to put some on the paneling, and yeah, I didn't really take my time, just kind of slapped it up there because again it's already pretty good, but I just wanted to make it a little bit better, and it's all gonna get covered up anyways, so I didn't really care. Then we've got the first part of the insulation done already. We just shoved regular housing, fiberglass insulation, formaldehyde free, in these big pockets that you couldn't really fill with foam or wouldn't be economically smart to fill with foam. So we've got those all filled up, and then the only thing left is, well, for this beginning part, is to get going on the Reflectix next. So I'm here insulating my van so that I can live in it, and we've stuffed the interior pockets of the walls with regular fiberglass and spray foamed everything else, and then we got our furring strips up so that we know where the Reflectix can end and go down to. So now we're putting up the Reflectix, which is a little bit tricky and we weren't sure how we were going to do it. And what we found is if we put the piece of Reflectix up first and get a rough cutout of the window, then we can take it out, spray the adhesive on the wall, spray the adhesive on the Reflectix, let it sit up, and then I've got a nifty little roller for applying it. So applying it's the adhesive is pretty easy. Again, it's just a spray can. So we're using 3M Super 77. And it's just a multi-purpose adhesive. Seems to be sticking just fine. Come in closer. It's got a really wide angle. That's good enough. So 6 to 8 inches from the wall. And then we spray this. Put down plastic so we don't get adhesive all over the rest of the van. And by the way, we have no idea if this is, look at me, the camera. We have no idea if this is right or wrong. We're just making it up as we go, and so far it's worked on 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, so we're not going to change anything, but if you know something better, by all means do it. So yeah, we let this sit for maybe 30, 45 seconds, and then we'll put it up on the wall. Now, because there's grooves in the wall, there's a lowest level, and then a second level, and then a third level. So when you put it up, you want to roll the lowest level first, so that way you have enough room to make the steps up to the next level. Just temporarily tack it in place and then roll. Try to find those edges where the van metal changes steps and depths, and then roll on those edges to get it down in there. Make sure you're keeping contact everywhere. So now, as you can see, hopefully you can see, there's still the 3 levels of where the metal is. The adhesive makes it stick to each one as long as you roll it down tight enough and hard enough. And we've got the top level of both sides done. Now just got to do the bottom. So we got done with all of the Reflectix. The last part, there was quite a few chunks missing, but we went back and made sure we covered as much as we could. And now we've also got the furring strips up on the ceiling. You can see here's that sound deadening material. And then here's the first bit of insulation that's going up in between the rafters. It's not secured yet, but it will be. And now we go on to the fiberglass. We are now done with the fiberglass insulation. I didn't really show anything because you just staple the paper to the furring strips. Then we ran out of that insulation, so we just had to go with unbacked stuff and just tape it in place temporarily, because now we're going to put up the plastic vapor barrier, and then it should hold it in place.